right, man. So Shamar Stewart came to an agreement with the Cincinnati Bengals on his rookie deal. Now, if you don't know what was happening, they basically, had the right, and they wanted to put a clause in the contract that they can void the deal if he had any contract conduct detrimental to the team, or he went to jail, and they can void the rest of his guaranteed money. My thing is this, and they wouldn't have to pay it. The kid never had a history of getting in trouble, especially in this generation of allegations. And what was so prominent was because once something happens in the NFL, it becomes a trickle-down effect. Once you seen Deshaun Watson Cleveland give him a fully guaranteed contract, then it started to become a trickle-down effect. Lamar wanted one, Russell wanted one, and I think Kirk Cousins got one too. But obviously, the thing about Kirk Cousins, he got the complexion for the protection. And when it boiled down to it, when they seen Deshaun Watson get it, they did everything in their power not to give it to Lamar Jackson. We seen the collusion, investigation. So that lets you know, if it becomes a trickle-down effect, they gonna try to stop it. But, and I think they still making Cleveland pay, for doing that, right? The NFL. But this Mark right here, he did what everybody else do in today's generation. He took money. He took about $4 extra million on that deal, and he let them put the clause in the contract. So by him letting them put that clause in the contract, now every NFL team is going to try to put that clause in the contract. But my thing is this: I don't understand why it's that important, because if you do something to that extent, they could just void your deal. And they will have to go to arbitration. But the thing about it is, Christian Wilkes will go to arbitration, and more than likely he will lose or not see anything close to the $35 million that the Raiders owed him, right? So my thing is this: they still can find ways to void your deal. I will agree with that, but it just cuts out going to arbitration. Now, Mike Brown said just because they put the clause in there, it doesn't mean that they would void the deal. They just wouldn't have to be forced to pay. And like I said, these people today, man, Muhammad Ali was something special, because, he believed in his principles, man. He believed in something deeper than money. He understood that I had to suffer financially and even suffer my prime years to get my point across. I had to suffer, being vilified, but that's nothing different then and now for a black man in this country. You know what I'm saying? A black man that knows who he is, a black man, that understands his power. So that's nothing new, right? But these new people, bro, like, they'll bend over for $1. They don't have, and they don't have any, excuse me, they don't have any fucking balls. They don't have any fucking balls. They will believe in anything and fall off anything for $1. The dollar moves everything. And once people figure out, when they sell themselves short for $1, when they sell their asshole and they sold for $1, and when they figure out, when it comes time to deal with them being soulless, with them conforming and getting butt broke by the dollar, when they find out that you feel shittier than ever, they're gonna be crazy. I remember, Crawford was talking about going to Africa and talking about how happy they were, even though they were poor. When you sell yourself out like that, it's a happiness that you'll never achieve again. Think about it. A lot of us grew up in the hood. We grew up, we didn't have much money, but we was happy, bro. We were happy with free lunch. We were happy with popsicles. We were happy, all the rich kids, they might have had the indoor pools and I mean, in the ground pool. We was happy just to go to our poor person pool. We was happy to go to the rec center and swim. You know, when people parents was dropping them off, but we had to ride our back. We had some of the best memories like that. Real talk, we had some of the best memories like that. You know, so think about that. When you sell your soul out like that, when you sell your soul out like, you sell yourself for $1 like that, it's crazy. Now, how do you get to the figure that he getting around $4 extra million? The compromise was this. The compromise was as simple as they gave, I think Dallas Turner, who plays for the Vikings, had a $15.7 million deal. I believe they gave him about 18, almost about $4 more million. So that was the compromise. They gave him $4 more million than the 17th pick, which he was the 17th pick this year, then the 17th pick in the 24 draft, Dallas Turner. So that's how they compromised. They gave him more money, he put the clause in, which I just don't understand that. You can void the deal for disciplinary actions anyway. But I get it. Oh, I'm gonna have to go to arbitration. It'll be final. I just, honestly, bro, as much money as them owners have, look at the greed in their eyes. The greed is the reason why the NBA, you know, is the way it is. The greed is why the NFL is the way it is. This is why. It's just they turned it into a business. And then you get mad when the players turn it into a business. Nobody have passion for sports no more. Nobody love what they do no more. Because it's all a business. It's all the absolute business. So, you know, he got $4 extra million. So he took the dollar, and this may never affect him. But if other teams start putting this clause into players' contracts, it should be called the Shamar Stewart clause. And Shamar Stewart and his agent should be fucking the poster child or the poster boys for this. I don't respect it, bro. Because these niggas, they throw money at you, chump change to them, pocket change to them. You know, they throw this money at you to make you do what they want you to do. And that just let me know what the character is. You know, come a time where your money could be low and you got to hold your character down to get the true reward. And like I said, Muhammad Ali was one of those guys that did it. He found a way to get by. He found a way to get by. And he reaped the benefits. He's considered the greatest fighter of all time. Not just what he did in the ring, what he did outside the ring and what he stood for. Today, black men don't stand for nothing. These black males don't stand for anything, bro. They sell themselves out and sell each other out for $1. This is no bullshit. He should have farmed. I mean, and then these guys got these NIL deals in college, and they blowing the money. I seen Carcino do a video, man. I'm gonna look this up. I seen Carcino do a video where it says 67%. I seen the title. I gotta watch it. 67% of NBA players are in debt. This dude. They are in debt. That is mind blowing. That is truly mind blowing. And this dude, man, my dog just be doing what the hell he want to do. Come here. Come on. No, come on. 67% of them is in debt. But hey, you know, like I said before, Shemar, he got his bread. And, you know, these niggas care more about, I guess when the owners got all the money, they can wait it out. So, if y'all NFL players, y'all college players, better start holding on to y'all NIL bread regardless. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Appreciate the love, support. Let me know what y'all think. Hit the link tree. Find me everywhere. Peace.